Hey guys, it's Matt from Bullion Now, and I'm in a new set, same office, different set, and with another international guest. Today I have with me Clean Money. How are you going?
Hey, how you doing today?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for being on the show. It's a pleasure to have a chat. And when this suggestion came through to have a chat with you, I wasn't familiar with the name Clean Money, but I did know you as another name. What's the story there?
Yes, started out as Silver Britches. That was my my initial name, and there's a reason for that. I'm a huge fan of the University of Georgia, and they happen to wear silver breeches, so it just kind of made sense to me. It made sense to go along with it, and that's why I used the English bulldog as part of my logo.
Ah, cool. Yeah, it's a very nice logo. That's a flash intro you've got going there. I love it.
Thank you.
So let's begin. How long have you been stacking for?
Well, stacking hardcore probably started early 2019, but I've collected my entire life. Like I've really got into coins at an early age from my dad taking me, lugging me around because he was been a collector his whole life. So it just kind of morphed into to bulk purchases instead.
Yeah, nice one. And when you say collecting, are you referring to silver and gold, or is this more numismatic stuff, or is this circulating coins that you were accumulating?
It was numismatic silver pretty much. Yes.
My favorite kind of silver. I love it. So what sparked the transition from the numismatic stuff into the bullion?
Well, I had a lot of slabs and things like that. And I had a lot of money tied up into just one coin. And it just really didn't make a whole lot of sense to just have a lot of money tied up into one coin whenever I could buy in bulk. And then when I looked at the aspect of spot price throughout history, I was like, man, it kind of makes sense to buy just in bulk. Kind of like whenever you go down to, I know around here, we go to Costco or Sam's and we buy in bulk, we save money. And it just kind of made sense as far as precious metals as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it's a very reasonable approach to it. And so, with your bulk purchases, when you started out, were you looking more at bars or coins?
I've always been a big fan of coins. Like I said, I started out as into numismatics, and coins just really made sense. American Silver Eagles, Constitutional Silver here in the States. It just kind of made sense to me. Never really got into generics as much. Never been a huge fan of bars, although I have recently started adding more of the RCM bars to my stack because I like having the sovereign nation backing
Yep,
it.
yep.
The security features and the premiums on them are very reasonable. So,
And they're just lovely looking bars.
oh
I
yeah,
saw that video, and I anytime they come through the store, I have to stop for a moment and admire them. It's like they're just such beautiful bars, and the Royal Canadian Mint. I always say it; they're my favorite. I love the stuff they put out. It's all such good quality.
it is. And since 2018, they've done a fantastic job cleaning up their quality with the Mint Shield technology. They've come a long way.
Yeah, and I've got to say, you mentioned in one of your other videos the issues that you'd had in the past with milk spotting. So when you run into a coin, and you mentioned if you have a coin for a few years in a tube, you take it out and you see milk spotting. What do you typically do when you run into that situation?
Well, I hang on to it. I mean, it's really not a whole lot you can do. I mean, it's just at the end of the day, it's just bullion as far as that goes. Now, if I I don't have a huge problem buying milk spotted coins because I already know that what I'm getting, but I don't like spending my cash and it just milk spots later. It's kind of a letdown, if you will.
Totally agree, and I feel the same way because I've found that with some of the coins in my stack, and the collector side of me dies inside or gets quite frustrated. But then
Oh yeah.
the like that pragmatic side of me just realizes that it is what it is. It's actually not
Yes.
sometimes you can't get too tied up in the finish on a coin, but I do agree it can be a little disappointing.
Oh
Um,
yes.
so a big focus in a lot of the channels on YouTube is predominantly silver, and we have touched on that. But
Hmm.
your channel actually has a bit more of a balanced, I would say, a balanced approach between gold and silver. So how did you find, or how did you develop your interest in gold as well?
Well, gold, that would be my dad also. He told me, hey, you need to, once you get a certain amount, you need to start diversifying into gold. And it just, it didn't really click until last year, whenever the premiums, and then you add in the math as far as your premiums on silver versus your premiums on gold. It just really, I don't know, it didn't make sense to buy a bunch of silver. It made a lot more sense to buy gold. And so I'm pretty much had a nice base of silver, and I needed to diversify into gold anyway. So the math just actually made that decision for me. And it's worked out great because it's allowed me to keep buying and adding a real, tangible, hard asset into the stack along with my silver as well. So I've pretty much, I still buy silver here and there. It's just, it's mostly the collector stuff like you see right here. But as
Yeah,
far
I love
as
it.
just far as buying, just silver eagles and stuff like that, I've really shunned away from them because of the fact that the premiums have just been insane. So,
Yeah, absolutely. And I've noticed you've pulled out a beautiful spread of mostly Australian stuff here. Have you got a particular like a mint that you favor, or a particular design? I notice you've got one of the Lunar Tigers on display there, which
yes,
is a very, very popular series at the moment. Do you follow the other Lunar coins in that set, or
I I
what's your main
do.
focus?
I do. And I don't have any platinum yet. and
Oh
and
yeah,
and and but the tiger, I want to say it's the mintage of what, 5,000.
yeah, something like that.
And
It's quite small.
once they disappear, they're gone. You're not going to find those. Same thing with the older lunar tigers, your older lunar dragons, and I want to say your horses. You just don't see those anymore. So whenever they come out, that's your opportunity to get in and get them because they just disappear forever.
It is indeed, and I'm
But
finding, particularly in the shop, people come in that were born in that year, and they'll just
mhm,
buy 5 or 10 of the same coin in the same denominator, the same fractional design, just because
right,
they say, "Oh, I just love it. I just have to have it."
right, and I can't, because I only bought the quarter ounce. I'm still trying to stick to the American gold, but uh, I only bought the quarter ounce tiger, and I can't find the security feature in there. Do you know about that?
Oh, that's a good question. I'll have to do some research. I'll get
There's
back to you on
supposed
it.
to be, how the kangaroo has like the small uh, A somewhere in there for a
Yeah,
security
it's at
feature,
like the apex of
right?
one of the A's. Yeah.
So there's supposed to be another letter somewhere inside the tiger, and I've tried with a loop, but it's a
Yeah.
quarter ounce, so I can't really find it.
Oh, I've got
So,
some 2 ounces in the shop. I'll have to have a dig
oh, you should be able
around.
to find it then.
Yeah. Oh, that could be a little follow up video to this.
Oh yeah. But as far as my favorite mint, I have a cross between Perth mint, obviously, and the Royal Canadian Mint. Those are my two favorites
Oh, nice
for
one.
silver.
We're very aligned then. Okay, for silver, what about gold then?
Gold
The
is
US?
the United States Mint. I gotta go with home base on this one.
Yeah.
Uh, big fan of the Buffaloes. Big fan of the Eagles. Love them.
Yeah, the Buffaloes are a beautiful design. We got some of those in recently, and they just walked out the door. That it's a really one of those once you have it in hand, like
Uh-huh.
most coins, right? Until you have it in your hand, you don't get a full appreciation for
Right.
the artistry and the relief and things like that. But oh, nice one. So you mentioned you're not into platinum. You've already touched on my next question.
Oh, sorry about that. Yeah.
I'll allow
Yeah.
it.
I man, it's so difficult for me to make this decision. I know I need to buy some. I know I do, but the only thing that stops me from doing it is it's never been a monetary medal, at least here in the States.
Yep.
But I know women around the world, they love platinum. They love it. My wife, she loves platinum. If I could buy her platinum jewelry, she loves it.
Yep.
Right? That's her favorite. She'd rather have platinum than gold, if that makes any sense to you.
Well, it's always
But
a status thing, right? Like
right,
if you look at membership clubs, it's, bronze, silver, gold, platinum is
right,
always, the
right.
top tier.
And platinum is lower than gold, even though it's more rare than gold. And palladium is more rare than platinum. But the prices aren't playing out the way that they should be in that order. So I'm wondering if I should make a play on platinum because it hasn't made its move to its all-time high yet. So
Oh, it sounds like
it's definitely
you've just sold it to yourself.
yeah. I mean, I know I need to grab some. It's time.
Yeah, nice one. Well, people often talk about, retrospectively when they look back at their stacking journey, and hindsight being 2020, the people
Mhm.
have made mistakes and things like that along the way. Are there any parts of your journey that you look back on as a mistake or a key learning point in your journey?
I listen to a lot of videos, and they would kind of make the decision for you, kind of sell you into something, and that's one of the things I try to steer clear of on my channel is because I just don't want nobody to take the wrong path. For me, this is part fun. This is part saving money, and it's I could do a lot worse things with my income. But as far as changing anything, no, I wouldn't change anything. I got lucky when I started. I started in the bear market, which is when you want to start. You want to load up in the bear market, and you want to coast into the bull market, right? So hopefully the market turns around, but I'm happy if the prices come down because that lets us buy more.
Yeah, it does indeed. Well, speaking of that, do you have is there a set target that you have in mind? Is this for you, is it exclusively a long-term proposition, the whole stacking journey, or do you have a set amount where you would sell all or a portion of your stack?
Well, I don't want to stop buying gold until I have at least 100 ounces of gold put away. That's my number one goal. Now, silver is it just depends. It depends on the price of it. It depends on the math as far as the premiums goes. But I'd like to have at least 500 ounces at any given time of silver. I just feel like that's more portable for me. And if I have to move or get out in a fire or something like that, it's a lot easier to tag, to tote out 500 ounces versus 6,000 ounces. So
Yeah, you're not going to be moving in a hurry with that. Yeah.
no, no. So I think, having a lot more value in your gold versus a lot more value in your silver, I think it just makes a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Okay. Good stuff. And just finally, if you had one small piece of advice that you could give to anyone who was contemplating getting into stacking and not sure of where to start or how to start, what would you say to them?
I would say do a Google research and try to find a local. I know here in the States we have local coin stores, local coin shops, and I would definitely look for a 5-star or a 4-star shop. Go into there, talk to the owner, you know, get an idea of what he likes to buy or she likes to buy, what they like to sell, what their prices are, and just stack that type of material. I mean, whether it's gold, silver, platinum, it, you're not going to lose buying any of them. I mean, some work better than others, but I would definitely go in and talk to a local coin shop owner because they know exactly what they're doing. They know what they like to buy. They know what their people like to sell to them. And they are a wealth of knowledge, and they can help you out a lot more than you can, to be quite honest with you, with more Google searches.
Everyone that I speak with has a unique and interesting perspective, and your channel is no different in that regard. There is a lot of great information in there, and I find personally that you have a very balanced and even-handed approach to an industry which can get a little bit noisy at times with opinions and things like that. So, thank you very much for coming onto the program, and I thoroughly enjoy your channel. I look forward to seeing it grow, and hopefully we can do this again at some point down the line.
All right. I thank you very much. I really do enjoy your channel. Your unboxings are impressive, and and keep bringing out that Perth silver and that Perth gold. That stuff is fantastic. I love it. We love it here in the States.
Will do. Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure, and we'll see you next
All right.
time.
All right. Thank you.